This tarot reading is requested, and it is to do the Scott Peterson trial case coming up. Now I say, I did do that reading already. I'm not sure how I'm going to edit these two videos together, but I would like to say that there was a hangman in there between, it was like the Hierophant and Justice or something. To me, it looked like these people are going for a hung jury. They are going for a hung jury. The attorneys who want Scott Peterson out of prison, that's what they want. They want a hung jury. There was a lot of information in there about Lacey and Scott's relationship, and Amber Fry was in there too. So I'm gonna do another reading, and I wanna see what happens. I didn't like seeing that hung jury. I didn't even want to say it, and that's why I don't like my video that I did on it, because I was avoiding it for a few minutes when I saw that. Trying to do mental gymnastics around that, but I think that's what they're going for, and I don't believe fate is set. We are heading in a certain direction, but something from the outside can come and affect that direction. So, let's see, the Scott Peterson trial. What is going on? Scott Peterson and his attorneys. What's going on? Scott Peterson and your attorneys. What's going on? How is this trial going to play out? How's this trial going to play out? Sadness, depression, regret, failure, disappointment, pessimism, loss, and grief. There's a sadness. How is all this going? What's going on? What's going on with this trial? What is going on with this trial? What is going on with this trial? What is going on with this trial? Scott Peterson. Let me see. Rest in peace. Scott Peterson. I'm sick of that guy. Out here 10 years later trying to get out of prison. Is he screwing somebody? What's going on? Why all of a sudden? Oh, because there was a vehicle in the area. Okay. Oh, so because of that little fact there, you think that that's going to help you out and get you off the hook. Okay. You know what? They try anything these days. Lawyers, some judges, they try anything these days. And they don't give a damn how dumb it looks. This is my experience with the legal system. They throw all kinds of shit at the wall and see what sticks. They throw everything. But the kitchen sink to get a case dismissed, or like in this case, to get it retried. That's where we're at with this one. Let's see what is going on. Oh, they're going to create, an opportunity, pull out some curiosity from people about, the possibility of it being a whole different thing that happened to Lacey and the unborn child. Yeah, they're hoping that this new little piece of evidence is going to help out. So they're carefully putting this case together for him. They're working hard for him. What did Scott do to deserve people like this to come into his life and try to get him off the hook? I can't wait to see this trial. This better be good. They're probably going to look at everything from all angles of the possibilities that could possibly get him off the hook. All the angles. They might even throw in there that Scott himself is a husband and a father to be that has lost Lacey. They might try to play that heartbreak card, that he's in grief and emotional pain. They may try to turn the tables on who's sad, who's crying. Somebody is trying to speak the truth with authority. They're going to be trying to speak it with authority, probably make it seem like they are, being logical. Like I said, throw all kinds of shit at the wall and see what sticks. This is going to be a burden. I feel like they already know that they have a hard case to try to win, and they're going to be working very hard and over time to discover any opportunity whatsoever that's kind of on teetering. It's on the edge. It's like a possibility. They're going to seize any opportunity to, try to make people think differently about the situation. That's what they're going to do. And they're going to try to win at all costs. They'll probably be sneaky. That's how lawyers are. And they'll probably bully. They'll be using bully tactics. That's how lawyers are also. And I'm shutting off the comments, so any attorneys that come and say, no, we're not. Yeah, there's a few of you, but most, no. Research before you become an attorney or fight against the system. I hate attorneys after dealing with them. So, and these attorneys, they might possibly be a little abusive in their take when they are competing in the courtroom on, their perspective being seen as the right one. They might try to make Scott look like a Prince Charming, a knight in shining armor, a really great guy. Who married Lacey because he loved her and so on. Which is just like a sociopath, right? Because usually you have to beware of the shiny rose, the person who always just comes off a little too charming, I guess. Beware the shiny rose. Sociopaths. Yeah, all the while trying to deceive, trying to get away with something through this strategic trickery. They're gonna make him seem like a good guy. They're gonna probably try to downplay anything negative about this guy. They want him to be able to get away with it. Yeah, and for this judgment, they want Scott to be able to get away with something, so he can get some mercy. I don't even want to ask who the hell's idea this was to try to get him off the hook, because I want the cards to talk, but I cannot help but wonder whose idea this was and why. Well, the Lovers. So I don't know if one of these attorneys feels like they love him. Well, partnerships, okay, let's see what kind of partnerships. So let's not talk about anybody loving this guy yet. So let's continue on. Yeah, well, here is, inner happiness and fulfillment, family contentment, and love in your life. Okay. They might try to say that Scott, he was a good family man. He loved Lacey. He would never do this, all while trying to get away. The Seven of Swords is right after the Knight of Cups, and then it's in between the Knight of Cups and Judgment. So it just looks like he is going to be using his charm. They're going to be making him look like a good guy. That's going to be the tactic. And that he's innocent, victorious. They want him to, have the public recognition of getting off the hook, and his that he's not guilty. They want people to have blind faith that he didn't do anything. It looks like there might be a woman in his life. Let's just wait for him to get out. Yeah, and so it's a Queen of Pentacles, and then it's the Three of Cups. So there's somebody in his social circle that thinks that they're gonna be able to get with him when he gets out. I think that Scott is thinking about what's waiting for him on the outside. friendships, as far as friendships go, as far as a woman he wants to be with, that's going to give him some stability. And he wants to start experiencing, new love and those kinds of things in his life. This is the Ace of Cups. He wants to have emotional exchanges. He wants a happy home. He wants to start building a foundation with someone. And here's the Magician. The Sun. I guess he wants to transform the situation so that he can be happy and have, a new life, and everything will be okay. I think that if he does get out, that he is not going to be happy. Nobody's going to believe that dude. And he's just going to be surfing from one place to the next in search of opportunities if he gets off the hook. He's always going to be trying to find new friends because nobody's going to want to be his friend. Surprise, surprise. He's already thinking about how he's going to make money when he gets out, how he might be running his own business or something, and he's got that fast thinking and the drive to succeed, and he's going to defend what he wants. If he wants it, he's going to get it. Such is the way some people will do anything and they don't care who it hurts. That's a sociopath. And that's the Emperor and the Knight of Swords right next to each other. I think that's... He's going to be seeking compassion maybe from the women in the jury, the nice men in the jury. He's going to try to appeal to people's emotions for that decision. That's what the trial's going to be all about, I guess, making us feel like Scott's a good guy and we should feel sorry for him, and it's woe is him. He's the victim here. Else to know. Okay, and you know what? There may be people, some of the jury in contemplation start having fights about it too. They will disagree. It will be intense between some of them. They'll be fighting about it, rivaling each other on, some of these things that they heard about. When they go back in that room, it's going to be heated discussions, and it could even end up in yelling and stuff. So if some of these people feel like they have compassion for Scott, they may react that way. Like they love him, like, he's their kin, care about him. I think that, okay, this is starting to seem like the jury is talking about the jury. These people are gonna be kind of like feeling like the burden is on them, and it could be causing them nightmares. This could traumatize them, having to make this decision. They could feel in despair about this, deciding if this guy can go free based on the new facts that they've heard. The King of Pentacles. Let's keep going, see what's here. You know, they might think that, they might even use the fact that Scott is a good businessman and just make him seem like he's a very stable human being with limitless potential and still more self-discovery and inspiring kind of a person. He's inspired, you know, he's exciting. And I'm not even sure if they might mention, you know, the way that Scott was just a free roaming kind of person, and, you know, he was not even nearby at all when that happened. Okay, then we got the Four of Pentacles here. They might not have a lot to go on. They are mainly depending on the fact that there was that vehicle in the area. They are going to try and make it seem like these other guys had a plan, and they could have been watching or decided, you know, just took that opportunity when they saw Lacey out there to steal her. They're really holding on to this idea, obviously, but it's the only thing that they've got. Okay, the Eight of Pentacles. They're hoping that the fact that there was, you know, that van in the area, this is their only hope, and they're gonna really work this until, you know, you can't work it anymore. They're gonna work it at all angles. They just might tire the jury out on that fact that there was somebody else in the area. And that's the main thing right there. And they're hoping that the jury's going to have to give it to them, you know, not guilty, because that doubt right there, the other vehicle in the area is the doubt. Completion. So here's the World. Yeah, they may think that the jury has to give it to them because of that other vehicle. Dang, they were slick, huh? So really, was there a vehicle in the area? I guess that's going to be the question. Maybe there was, I guess. They must have seen it in the area. I don't know. We'll see in the jury. I mean, in the trial. My goodness. This is just showing that, you know, it seems like that piece of evidence could actually change everything for Scott Peterson, you know, and the people that he's partnered up with know that, and possibly even any other attorney that's going to be on the other side, you know, they're going to also feel like this is a huge piece of evidence. They might also say something like, you know, Lacey was by herself, she's a beautiful woman, these guys spotted her. Yeah, she was alone and she's beautiful. Those two facts right there are also probably going to be, you know, pounded into the jury's head. And that may be, you know, they're going to just try to persist with that. I feel just like they feel like they have a good chance that they'll get a hung jury. Because they're going to change the perspective. Yeah, that, you know, they're going to say that these other men in the area spotted Lacey, saw that she was vulnerable, and they used that. They, you know, ended her. They ended her. You know, they overtook her. They feel like they're going to be able to change people's perspective with these facts about Lacey's beauty and how she was by herself, and how Scott, he's a good man. He was wonderful to Lacey. He's the victim here. And maybe all he's thinking about doing is when he gets out, I think he's been talking to somebody in secret that he's attracted to, and he would like that to happen. He would love for that to happen. And if he gets out, that's what he's looking for. You know, I'm not sure. Let's keep going. Maybe it's been a secret that he's been attracted to somebody, somebody's been attracted to him. Souls. So he would like to be an entrepreneur again. This is kind of like he would like to be manifesting new beginnings and creating some harmony in his life like a normal person, as if he didn't do anything. He wants to start, being more sensible. I'm sure he knows that he made a mistake. He probably will never try to get away with something like that again. I'm sure. If he gets out. He's going for a hung jury. That's all I can say. And I don't believe in fate anymore, so this is what we're looking at. The jury's going to have an issue. See, they're going to be fighting. I wouldn't even doubt it if he actually ended up having a hung jury. I wouldn't doubt it. And these people really feel weighed down with the decision they have to make. Like, is he guilty? Is he not? And, I think it looks like they might try to use they're going to be using their emotions, these people. How can they not? Obviously, we're human beings. Yeah, he's thinking about his beginnings, his new beginnings, and he's just gonna try to improvise his way through. He might feel like things are a little more difficult to get through if he gets out. He will be seeking emotional fulfillment. He would love to have that. He's looking to just probably grow his business, and he's looking for success, new ideas for his success. I think that's what's going to give him emotional security, is his business. His money gives him security. This guy, I'm not surprised. But if he gets out, he's going to have an extremely difficult time. He's going to need a lot of strength to not feel, like down and out, insecure, in isolation, a lack of mindset, financial losses. It's going to take a lot of courage and strength and focus to continue on, because that's what he gets. He might even have to be fighting some other kind of inside and more devils inside of his mind, not just what he has been accused of doing to Lacey and convicted of doing to Lacey, murdering Lacey and the child. he probably has more of a shadow self, more attachments and addictions that we don't know about. His sexual temptations, his destructive behavior. He may be codependent on material things to be happy. That's what it's looking like. Not surprised that's the kind of guy he is. Imagine the kind of people he'll attract. I don't know if I should go to the extent of saying what I want to say right now, because I don't want this video to get me in trouble if I say that. But I don't think anything's waiting good for somebody like that, involved in seedy things like that. He's seedy. He's a seedy man, and his dealings. He's going to be looking for his long-term success by way of devilish functions. Because he's probably, he's got to be dumb to do that. He's definitely got to be dumb. He just reminds me of the kind of guy that only cares about appearances and has a stick so far up his behind that he's probably never comfortable with himself. So I think that he would like to get some wealth, material gain, so that he can find a wife. He wants another wife. But at this point, I don't know if he's shooting blank bullets because of his age. I don't know how men's biology is exactly in that way. If he could still have children, but he might have a hell of a time doing it. He would want his kid anyway. He would like to have another wife. But I think that any woman that he comes across is not going to want to marry him. Yet they're going to think that he could cause an ending to them just like he did to Lacey. That's what they're going to be thinking about him. I don't think that anybody's going to want to marry him, because right after the Empress is the Tower and death. I think when he even imagines that or brings it up to somebody he might be having sex with, they're going to run. Or, he might end up doing drugs with some women or something, but I don't think anybody's going to want to marry him if he gets out. And he's always going to have to be making other plans. It's never going to work out for him. Scott Peterson is just a vain guy who is only concerned about how he can get out of his situation. He's just concerned about himself, that's it, which would have been fine if he didn't kill his wife or anything like that, but I don't care what that man wants. If I had a place of business, he would not be allowed in there. So that's what I see, and I'm going to attach the first video because it shows in there a lot of the dynamic of when Scott Peterson started a relationship, what was going on in his mind. Amber Fry shows up. I thought that part was interesting, the inner workings of his mind. And then at the end in the video, I didn't want to confront what it looked like they were going for a hung jury. So like I said, I don't believe in fate, but they feel like they have a powerful case based on those few facts that we saw here in the cards. So stay tuned for the next video.